hi there, friends. Hello and welcome. Good to see you all. Good gravy. Look at everybody in the chat. We've got Dr. History joining us like a half hour ago. I hope you haven't just been sitting here. And Videodrome is looking at the Gwen No Fear video that just went up. I don't know much about Gwen No Fear, so tell me all about that. Oh my goodness, we're just like 10 seconds in and I'm already getting recommendations. Hold on, let me move some stuff around here so I can write these down. Gwen No Fear. I like the name. Gwen No Fear. I'm already falling behind on the chat too. Help! Oh goodness, Parker's here. Hello. John Newman, hello. Happy Saturday to all this side of the Dateline. Oh, welcome to the Dateline. That's my singles bar. Oprazine says, good afternoon. How about that TCM bot? In case you guys didn't see on Twitter, I retweeted this bot that takes descriptions of classic Golden Age Hollywood movies and remixes them into new movies, and it accidentally, or I don't know, maybe there's a human behind it, but it seems as though the algorithm just came up with the premise for the 1993 Stockard Channing Will Smith movie, 6 Degrees of Separation. I think the description that the bot came up with was, a New York man falls in love with a society couple, which is basically that movie. Anyway, hello, bonjour, a fabulous aquamarine trash can. Vizarian Malama says, Arfie, woof woof to you. Oprazine says, the first related video, this one is entitled 10 British Monarchs Who Died in Hilariously Humiliating Ways. Oh, I love a good, hilarious humiliation. Alex Grizzly just caught up on your weekly debrief. Thank you. I don't know. Thank you to you, and congratulations to all of us for catching up on the video. It's been a rough week. Can we just be honest about that? There's been a lot of bad news this week, so let's have some nice news for a little bit. What's some nice news? I just saw a picture of somebody holding a pair of kitchen tongs really close to the camera, and then far away is a little round dog, but the way that they're holding it, it looks like the tongs are pinching the little round dog. So there's your good news for the day. Halfway through that Gwen No Fear video, it's pretty good so far. Still to watch Mexie's new video. Oh, you guys are giving me so many recommendations. Mexie on YouTube. Okay. So tell me about who those people are and what they make and what's great. Left at Albuquerque says something was wrong with my bass response or possibly your bass response. How are the bass responding to you? I went to the channel and was wondering when you'd be going live. Just tune in just in time. Yay. Hello, Alex. Parker says, hey, like the Fonz. Kupka's here. Hello, Kupka. And Isaac Snow says, hell yeah, Matt's on. I am on the air. That was a television program from 1994. It was David Lynch's follow-up to Twin Peaks, and it was weird. If you ever have a chance, look on, I don't know if it's on YouTube or not. I have it for some reason on a VHS copy. Oh, not for some reason, because I may have obtained it from someplace that I shouldn't have. But I have a VHS copy of this weird 1994, I don't know why I'm talking about this, TV show, not Twin Peaks, it's follow-up to Twin Peaks, on the air. It's a TV show that was set in a television station in the 1950s, and all kinds. It's supposed to be like a sitcom, but a David Lynch sitcom, so it's super bizarre. Anyway, that's my recommendation for the day. It was canceled after like 3 episodes, and it gets even weirder after that. Like, I've got the episodes that didn't even make it to air on this tape, and they're just amazing. Gosh, anyway. Oh, I've never been on your live, says Daha a little bit. Well, welcome. Gwen No Fear is a trans YouTuber doing videos on social and trans issues. That sounds great. I support that. John says Roger Stone's going down. Well, let's hope. Aubergine says a fading Southern belle devotes her life to the development of the aircraft carrier. That's fantastic. I love that she's fading, but also devoting herself to the development of the aircraft carrier. She's not letting anything stand in her way. Who would play the fading Southern belle? Ooh, who would it be? Alfre Woodard? I don't know. It's the first name that came to mind. Not sure that she'd be great at that. Like, I see her being a little bit more regal than fading Southern belle. James suggests Keanu Reeves. Maybe. What's his name was arrested when Trump's advisors. That's great news, says Videodrome. It is. You know, generally I don't like revel in the suffering of other people, but he's not a person. No, that's not fair. You know, it's encouraging that justice is being done. Hello. Okay, where am I? Goodness. Parker says, nice news. A very cute boy made me a playlist. Been listening to it all week. That is wonderful news. Hooray. And I'm so glad that that's a thing. That really takes me back to, I don't know, 1994 again, when if you liked somebody, you made them a mixtape. You gave them a physical cassette tape with spools of magnetic I don't know. I don't know why I'm explaining what a cassette tape is, but I'm sure you know what they are. What was I saying? Oh yeah. In the 90s, you'd give somebody, if you like them, a mixtape. I had one that I listened to in the car. It was, what was on this mixtape? It was Cat Stevens and Moxie Fruvis. So that goes together well. It was, oh God, it was awful. It was a mix of Cat Stevens, Moxie Fruvis, and songs from Pippin. Don't laugh at me. But that gives you a little flavor of who I was as a child. It was Cat Stevens because I was super into Harold and Maude. It was Moxie Fruvis because, I don't know, I guess I went through kind of like a Canadian folk phase for a moment. And then Pippin because, you know, musical theater. But anyway, hello to Matt, says Berto O. Kitty Wyness says Roger Stone. No, thank you. We need more good news, says Dr. History. Yes, more good news, please. More good news. Isaac's, oh no, lost some cows. I'm sorry to hear about that. Last night we were discussing animated series Squidbillies came up. That, sounds super familiar, but I don't remember what it is. PM says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, PM. Dr. History says, is anyone going to watch Rent live? Maybe. Honestly, I want to watch it to hear, this is not my joke. This is somebody else's joke, and I just can't remember who. I want to hear it so that we can hear, Valentina's playing Angel, right? Am I just making it up? Was that a fever dream? Whoever's playing Valentina, I want to hear them try to pronounce mercurochrome. So that's my highlight. That's going to be my highlight for the live stream. I was watching Real Time and Marston Comic Books Aren't Literature. Why do we even give that person airtime anymore? Which I agree with, but and then he attacked video games. That's been a constant in my life. All right, enough attacking stuff. Let people like what they like. And Mexi does important political videos, especially stuff on water protections and socialism. Oh, my two favorite things. So thoroughness is one of a kind of extensive. I'm putting stars around Mexi. Water protections. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm super into water systems. Like, this is why I have a podcast called The Sewers of Paris. That's not the only reason that it's called that, but I reported when I was doing more journalism on water issues and sewage and water treatment and clean water and irrigation and salmon and all that stuff. I love water. I'm drinking water right now. It was warm when it came out of the tap, but now it's cold. And it says, wants me to say trans rights. Yeah, trans rights are human rights. Left at Albuquerque says, nice news. We don't have Trump in Canada. That is good news. Congratulations. The bass response was referring to the classical music. Why not tell us, plebes, what it was? Oh, what was it? It was... So here's the thing, is it doesn't tell me what it is. It just says music for brain power, Mozart effect. So I don't know what it is. Does it say? Nope, no list. Oh, wait, here we go. So the songs it started with Ascanio in Alba, the overture, spelled with a U, O-U-V-E-R-T-U-R. Then Lucio Silla, followed by Molto Allegro, Andante, Molto Allegro again, Ein kleine Nachtmusik, of course, and so forth. Kitty Toe Beans, glad to see you back, because your name is so great. It's hard to pick something that changed my life, but I have to say rewatching Hunchback of Notre Dame or replaying Pokemon 5th Generation. Oh, if only there was a way to combine those things. That's great. Changed your life. 5th Generation? How did 5th Generation change your life? Specifically 5th. Let's see. Bill Maher spent 2018 saying stuff so sexist I thought it was Lucy K's comeback. Yeah, Katie Wyness says playlist can lead to more. Ooh, yes. Playlist can lead to playing. Ugh, no, that's terrible. There's nothing there. James says, play now, my lord. Are you familiar with LC3 Peak? Or is it like LC Speak? They had to take down the LGBT music video Go With The Flow, and you can still find it on YouTube. That sounds so familiar. That's not the one that was like really filthy sexy, was it? James laughed at that. There was one that was like good, but like super graphic that had to come down. And I don't know if it's that. But anyway. Yeah, and it says trans rights now, trans rights now. Kitty Tobin says Hunchback touches on religious corruption. Yes, indeed. Pokemon can be interpreted to touch on indoctrination in its 5th generation. Really? Really? They helped me leave Christianity, which helped me embrace my sexuality. Wow, that's amazing. And incredible. I love that Pokemon touched on indoctrination in a way that made you reconsider your values and your community. For the better, it sounds like, I hope. Videodrome says, my best friend adored Cat Stevens in the 90s. Yeah, good music, real good music. And that, boy, oh boy, that Harold and Maude music, that, when you want to talk about like changing your life, that helped me through some times. A deranged ballet teacher faces a criminal mob to avenge her brother's death. I would watch the hell out of that, says Opera. Yeah, I know, like, a lot of that, like, TCM bot stuff just is kind of gibberishy or doesn't quite work, but a deranged ballet teacher faces a criminal mob to avenge her brother's death. That's really good. It's sort of like Black Swan plus, oh gosh, I don't know. Isn't there one where Jennifer Lopez gets revenge on somebody? That says, you know Moxie Fruvis, how? Well, I don't know them personally, but I'm only a few degrees. I'm fewer than 6 degrees of separation away from them. How did they come to my attention? Well, I guess are they Toronto-based? I think they're Toronto-y. And so one of my friends, when I was growing up on the East Coast in high school, one of my friends was aware of them and I knew them. Then I went to college and there were people in college who had actually had personal encounters with them. And so, yeah, they were just kind of on my radar for a little while. You can embrace your sexuality and still be Christian, says, oh no, it scrolled and I lost who said that. Oh well, sorry. Oh no, where'd you go? Oh gosh, I'm so behind on the chat. Moxie did a great rap version of Green Eggs and Ham. If your mixtape didn't have Pippin on it, did you really have a mixtape? Well, I had an entirely separate album it was like just Pippin. Folk Phase, did you ever hear the Kelly family? Oh, they did Fell in Love with an Alien. Are they the Germans? Who, like, I think I know them. They're the all blonde German family, right? That has the incredibly bizarre song. I can't believe I'm going to say this live on stream. They have the song, Ain't Gonna Pee-Pee My Bed Tonight. Is that them? I mean, it sounds like something weird that I made up, but it is a real thing. Go look that up if you're in the mood for that. Closest thing to a mixtape I ever received was a coffee table book about Live Aid. That's not so bad. Have you watched anything from YouTube or ContraPoint? Oh, yes, ContraPoints. Great work. I'm not as familiar with their work as I should be, but I know they're fantastic. I mean, part of that is like, I know those videos are a bit lengthy, but everyone that I likes ContraPoints. So, including Parker Creel says, love Contra. So, strong recommendations from people that I trust. Oh, and all BreadTube. Oh, yes, BreadTube too. This is a very YouTuber heavy set of recommendations, and I like it. Katie Wyness says, I was Catholic and gay, left the church when the realization hit me that religion was based on just so much bovine effluent. It doesn't have to be, but often it is. It is the case. Playlists are the mixtapes of the 21st century, says Rebecca. Yeah, I'd say that's about right. Parker says, go on Chapo. Chapo. Okay, here's the thing. I've never listened to it because it was described to me in a way that was terrible. It was described to me by a person that I was not super into, just as a person, because they were kind of mean to other people, which was a bummer. But they were like a big backer of, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Chapo Trap House? They were super into it, and they were like, yeah, they make like a lot of funny racist jokes. And I was like, boo, I don't like that. So, and I don't think that's actually what it is, but for some reason, that's how that person described it. Now I'm like, kind of like, ugh. But I don't think that's what it actually is. Right? Maybe I'm wrong. Oops. Oh no, scrolling again. Help, I'm so far behind. Indeed, on that playlist, Spouse and I trade playlist. That's cute, Kitty Wyness. What's on your, I was about to say trade lists. What's on your trade list? Who's on your trade list? What's on your playlist? Yes, I said trans rights for everyone. I'm super into those. There's a thing going around in furry circles for a while of like drawing your persona in trans rights, sweaters and things. And I was definitely into that. I would like, if somebody drew my persona, my bunny persona with like a trans rights shirt, that would be my profile picture. Katie Wyness says they think playing classical music for kids made the kids smarter. Oh yes. They used to think playing classical music for kids made the kids smart. I mean, I would say like there's probably more of a correlation between like social circles where classical music is widely available and circles where educational opportunities are widely available. There seems like there would be a correlation between those things, but not a causation. Charles D says, water treatment sounds familiar. Just story that recently. Trown was treating water on expired permit. Turned out to be not a big deal. Yikes. That does sound like it could get real bad, though. I got cool wave pansies today. Hey, from Bremerton. Wait, what are cool wave pansies? Oh. I was like, who are the cool wave pansies? Like, I thought it was a musical act or something. No, you got flowers. I mean, here's the thing. It's not even February. It is January, and I feel like growing season has started in Seattle. It's bananas, but Some of my plants are starting to like sprout again. I saw some bulbs coming up in a garden out front. I'm like, okay, it's springtime apparently in January in Seattle. It is like the nice weather has started, and I got my seeds to grow. I need to get some more planters, but I'm going to be growing some broccoli and some beans and some cucumbers this year. So we'll see how that goes, because I don't get a ton of sun. Anyway, goodness gracious. Cool Wave Pansies, that's my band. Fading Southern Belle. I see Ted Cruz playing Lady Bracknell, a community theater production of The Importance of Being Earnest. I don't hate that. I would want there to be, for some reason, a pie in the face at some point. Not because that's in that show, but just like, I want Ted Cruz to get a pie in the face. Anyway. Chandler Bergeron says, what is your favorite film? That is such a hard question because there's so many different ways to evaluate favorite. I was talking about Harold and Maude earlier. That was my favorite movie for a long, long time. I love Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, although there's some problematic points in that film. My Neighbor Totoro, honestly, is like, that's way up there. The movie Airplane, I think is just like such a fun, beautiful, pure comedy. Gosh, what else? What's Up, Doc with Barbara Streisand and Channing Tatum? Nope. Wait, or yes. Is it Channing Tatum or Stockard Channing or yes. Stockard? No. Channing Tatum. Stockard Channing's in 6 Degrees of Separation. Help. Is this Terrence Moss, the writer of Child of the 70s, or different Terrence Moss? It is the same one, REI. It is the very same one. He's going to be joining us in about a half hour. I don't know if it's new, but I started watching the Butterfly miniseries on Hulu. Pretty good for a show about growing up trans. Oh, I haven't heard about that. Tell me more about that, Rebecca. Butterfly in the Sky on Hulu. Charles said, town put an application for permit 5 years ago. State is finally getting around to permit approvals. The treatment worked on old permit until new permit approved. Yikes. Uncle Deadly says, I see what you mean about Pokemon Gen 5 and indoctrination. Great connection. It scrolled again. Oh gosh, I'm so far behind. Algorithms are stupid, says Jay Fowler. Apparently Gay Swan Lake is a no-go on the age restriction, but a cartoon someone made about a girl dying from anorexia is okay. Yikes. No, thank you. Rebecca says, friend of mine does a Pokemon podcast. What's the name? Call it out. Deranged Ballet Teacher sounds like 2018 Suspiria remake with Tilda Swinton. Ooh, I haven't seen that. Did you like that? Opposite says, Jennifer Lopez takes revenge on everyone every day of her life. Imagine being someone that Jennifer Lopez has taken revenge on. I mean, you just have to be like, fair, I accept. Kitty Tobian says, I still feel like I have some confusion because I've only been accepting myself for 3 years, but I've made lots of progress with my mental health. Currently identify as demi-queer. I like that. I once read an article, this was in the 90s, where Jadzia Dax on DS9 was described as demisexual. And I remember at the time being like, what is that? Demisexual. Wow. Like, I'm getting emotional, honestly, just thinking about that, which I did not expect. But, what a bold way that was to describe her. It was in a mainstream publication, or maybe it wasn't The Advocate. I want to say it was like a mainstream publication, like Entertainment Weekly or something like that. I was just really excited to see that term there in like 97. J-Lo Revenge equals Monster-in-Law. Yeah, it's like Monster-in-Law plus Black Swan. Somebody make that movie. Kitty Tobin says, I'm not mocking Christianity. I'm just explaining that it took leaving Christianity for me to embrace myself and understand it's not the same for everyone and respect that. Yeah, I'm glad that you're doing better. Let's not forget Cat Stevens supported the assassination of Salman Rushdie. Ooh, problematic. Ooh, that is very problematic. No, thank you. The Kelly family are the PP in my bed tonight, people. All right, great. Maybe I should do a culture cruise on that. Hey, from Chicago, says Son of a Pizza Man. Hello. I was just having a conversation with somebody about Chicago. They were talking about like improv on D&D podcasts, and they were like talking about like getting improv skills. And they said something like, here in Chicago, because they live in Chicago, here in Chicago, we eat deep dish pizza and improv classes. And that seems like a pretty good summation of what Chicago is. PM recommends Scam. Yes, Norwegian show with a fantastic gay pen love story. Remade. What? Remade in 7 countries? I didn't know that. I didn't know it was remade. Italy's gay storyline aired this fall in France and started this week. It's impressive. Wow, I didn't know that it was remade in all these different countries and languages and cultures. That's incredible. Why hasn't the US gotten one? Ugh. Maestro Friedrich says Philosophy Tube is amazing. I'm putting that. Do I have that? Nope. Philosophy Tube. Now, there was something with Philosophy Tube. I think, is it good? Because I think I heard something about some like transphobic turfy YouTuber with a similar name. But if you're recommending them, that can't have been them. Opposite says, on TCM, all ballet teachers are deranged. There's one film with a disabled puppeteer who trains a peasant boy to be a great dancer. That sounds pretty good, too. Parker says BreadTube is kind of more of a collection of leftist YouTubers. Oh, like PhilosophyTube, H Bomber Guy, Sean, Contra, Lindsay Ellis, an actual channel. You just, if you need a bigger list, just hit me up. I will take you up on that for sure. BreadTube sounds good. I like all of those people. Falsettos was a piece of musical that really helped me, says Send a White Supremacist to the Moon. I listened to it when I was 7. It taught me what a lesbian was and taught me that you can be both gay and Jewish. Oh, so I do not know falsettos. I always confuse it with follies, which I know is quite different. Tell me more about falsettos, because I don't 100% know what it is. Parker says in all caps, do you have a persona? Of course. If you go far enough back on my Facebook and my Twitter, you'll see it. It's a little bunny that a couple of people have very kindly drawn for me, which is super sweet because I'm not so good at the art. So people have been really nice about drawing my bunny. In order to control the world's greatest choreographer, the deranged ballet teacher gets him addicted to drugs. Yikes. What is it about ballet teachers? I have sort of wildly eclectic taste in music, says Katie1S. You tell us more. Left of Albuquerque says basically what falsettos is. 4 Jews in a room bitching. Great musical. That does sound fun. Alex says Ice Peak is a Russian music group, and they've had some of their shows shut down by the Russian government. They criticize the government of secret shows in Russia. Whoa, that sounds amazing. Ice Peak. Definitely will look that up. Sounds a bit like Pussy Riot from a few years ago. It's sort of the same here in Georgia. Grass is still green in a lot of places. Yikes! I don't know if you guys could hear. It's just started playing an ad for something. Oh, gosh. Stop. No. TedBrownMusic.com. Stop. Skip ad. Oof. It scared the hell out of me that this voice suddenly started talking to me. Isaac says, we had snow for 2 straight days. Did you? Oh, my goodness. In January. Ugh. Video Judge says, I'm in New Hampshire. When I leave the window open, even in 30-degree weather for 25 minutes, it smells like spring. So yeah, it's really happening. Oh, I miss that spring smell. We do get that in Seattle. It hasn't happened yet. But James has just cooked something that smells very good. So now I'm hungry. Of course, the Red Shoes is total deranged ballet teacher who drives a ballerina to suicide. Yikes. Video Drum has not seen that. Oh, James gave me a cookie. I'm so happy about it. Nom, nom, nom. They're Jozos. There they are. I went to Trader Joe's the other day. That's my little treat after I go to therapy. My therapist is very close to one of the Trader Joe's in Seattle. So I go to therapy and then I go to Trader Joe's, and it's 2 pieces of therapy back to back because I like the food there. I was up around the Manchester area of New Hampshire. It was Trump country. Yikes. Signs all... Really? Manchester? Manchester? Signs all over the place? I thought Manchester was better than that. Oh, James says, New Hampshire better than I do. He says it's got a Chuck E. Cheese. So, it did 30 years ago. Or it did 30 years ago. We are negative 32 where I am, says left of Albuquerque. That's very left of Albuquerque. What? What part of the country are you where it's minus 30? Oh, minus 32 Celsius, but still. Hey, Siri, what's minus 32 Celsius in Fahrenheit? Wow, just not answering at all. Siri says, did you accidentally summon me? What's minus 32 Celsius in Fahrenheit? Yeah, that's minus 25. Jeez. Ryan O'Neill, that's in Who's Up, Doc. Straight watch version of Love Between Diaghilev and Ninjitsky. Ninjitsi. That's Ninjitski, but he's a ninja. Ryan O'Neill was a love interest. Yes, you're correct. It was not Channing Tatum or Channing O'Neill or Stalker Channing. Have recently started listening to Getting Curious with Jonathan Ness and Queer with Cameron Esposito. Both pretty good shows. I do find Jonathan to be a bit much sometimes. Like, just let the person talk, please. Favorite musical song? Well, all songs are musical songs, but I think I know what you mean. Song from a musical? Planet Schmanet Janet. Ooh, that's a good one. Gosh, honestly, mine's a little obscure. I don't know if it's my favorite, but one of the first ones that comes to mind is From Merrily We Roll Along. Good Thing Going. It's real melancholy and sad. I don't know why that's the first one that I thought of, but that's what I'm into. Charles D says, are you caught up in Steven Universe? Yes, I am. No spoilers for people who aren't caught up yet, but wow, it's real good. All I will say about that finale, or season finale, or series finale, it felt like a series finale, to be honest. All I'll say about it is there's a scene where some characters spin around and the camera spins around them, and I just found out that that was animated by a guy who worked at Disney for a long time, or like storyboarded or like lead animator on it was a guy who worked at Disney for a long time and did the shot in Hunchback of Notre Dame where the camera like is pedestaling up and spinning around Quasimodo as he's carrying Esmeralda up to the top of Notre Dame. Notre Dame. So he animated that, and he did the one where Scar and Simba are kind of spinning around each other. He did like a spinning around scene in Beauty and the Beast. Oh, he did the shot when they're like the camera's like sweeping down in the ballroom when they're dancing in Beauty and the Beast. So I guess this like spinning around is sort of his thing. Barbara Streisand was a love interest in What's Up, Doc. Yeah, you're right about that. Oops. Oh no, it scrolled again. Help. Oh, I'm so far behind. I'm so sorry, you guys. Ryan O'Neill. Moment in the Reeds, a gay film from Finland based on a stage play. A Moment in the Reeds, a lifetime with the bees. What? No. A Moment in the Reeds. What an intriguing title. I love that. Thank you, Left of Albuquerque. And there's a Pokemon Go podcast. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Raphael is here. Hello, Raphael. Philosophy Tube said trans rights. Good. One of the top donors to H Bomber Guy's stream. Wonderful. I misspoke in Weekly Debrief this week. I called him H Bomber Man, I think, or H Bomber Dude, but it's H Bomber Guy. USS Scum Austin is airing on Facebook Live. Facebook. Second season airs this year. Oh, nice. Is that like an officially licensed thing, or is it like a fan thing? Isaac Snow wants me to link my Persona ref. I will see if I can find it. I'll look for it. And I'll put a link somewhere. But I also have to like scroll through all this chat, so help. Aprazine says there's a ballet teacher in Waterloo Bridge who fires Vivian Lee from the dance company. She's forced to become a sex worker. Yikes. I love that you have all these like deranged ballet movies at your fingertips. The pro shot of falsettos is all over YouTube. I think that's really good to go knowing nothing. Okay. I love the Shirley MacLaine and Bancroft Ballerina Smackdown in The Turning Point. Oh, I haven't seen that. Is that good? Falsettos, emerging of two one-act shows into full-scale musical, March of the Falsettos and Falsetto Land. Early AIDS piece, similar but not to Jeffrey Meets Angels in America. Whoa, that sounds incredible. Falsettos. I think I knew that it was those two things. Falsetto Land is definitely something I've heard about. Yes, Will says cognitive behavioral therapy plus pumpkin bread equals ultimate self-care. That is true. I used to go to a therapist when I lived in Boston in Cambridge that was near Urban Outfitters. I don't even know if that's still there. But I'd go to this great gay therapist and then go to Urban Outfitters to buy something in like the basement where everything was on sale. And that was good self-care. Everyone send me your playlist. Yes, please, Rebecca Page. Pancake bread. Wait, what? Pancake bread. Pumpkin bread? Pancake bread? Whatever. Therapy, I've known a few shrinks. I guess most of them have their own issue to resolve. Well, of course. That's people get into therapy because it's been helpful for them. Slappy Turtle says it was negative 23. Yikes. It snows in Colorado until like April. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. Not a fun place. I mean, it's fun if you like the snow. I do miss snow. Are we answering the favorite musical song question? Yes, everyone, please tell me your favorite musical song. We're driving Matt to therapy. No, you do not drive me. You make me feel great. I love these live streams. I love talking to everybody here. We need more gay cartoons as Dr. History. I agree with that. Oh, I saw Good Thing Going for my first audition, so I always have a soft spot for it. It's an excellent song. It is so sweet and melancholy. I auditioned for Godspell when I was in high school with this weird... It wasn't a remix, arrangement of a song from Godspell. What was it? Turn Back, Oh Man. But it was a version that was like fast, which was weird. It was a MIDI that I found that had been sped up. So instead of being like this slow, sultry, like it's supposed to be sung in sort of like a seductive, like, turn back, oh man. Like you're really like vamping it up. But the version that I had, the MIDI that I was singing along to was like real like, turn back, oh man, forswear thy foolish way. Like, it was like real jazzy. So whatever. That was my audition song, and it was weird. But Thou Her Child. Merrily We Roll Along, presented by Runabout Theater Company, is about to begin performances off-Broadway. Oh, good. Everybody always tries to fix Merrily We Roll Along. It has so many problems. In particular, like, it really leaves you on a bummer. But, oh well. But I do like it as a show. It's got some great songs. Slappy Turtle likes my library. Thank you. Oh, it's all real, as you can tell by this invisible barrier right here. First musical theater or theater audition? Says Dr. History. What was my first? Oh, my first audition ever was for Leader of the Pack, and I think I sang the national anthem. I was probably 12. I'm So Blue from Sesame Street is such a great song. I'm So Blue. I don't know if I know that one. I like the musical Parade and Chess. Oh, there are things about Chess that I love. Anthem is such a great song. Oh my goodness. Nobody's Side. Nobody's Side. You want to talk about like songs that change your life. That is such a beautiful number. I can just listen to that one over and over. I just want to listen to that right now. Gosh, Nobody's Side. I love it. I love it. Nobody's on Nobody's Side. Everybody's playing the fool. Trans rights is Dr. History. Yes, trans rights from Videodrome. Trans rights for everybody. Oh, I'm So Blue from Follow That Bird. Yes. Oh gosh, what a heartbreaking song. Yikes. Okay, we need something up tempo, something fast and funny. What are some good funny songs? Left Albuquerque likes Making Love. Another Country. Morris. I'm Gen X. Oh, Morris is so good. I know, sir. Oh gosh, that line at the end. Scam Austin is the official U.S. remake. Wow, I didn't know that. Same writer director. Oh, you should watch the subtitled version original on Dailymotion. Okay, Scam on Dailymotion. It was not like 2 years ago when I went looking for it, so it was hard to find. Quincy Jones Square in Bremerton. I'm not sure what to think. He accepted and is coming for the opening. Conflicted. I didn't know about that. Bremerton is like, are they making a Quincy Jones Square? Why are you conflicted about that? If he's problematic, I don't know about it. I like Rashida Jones. I remember watching Making Love as a 15-year-old and was wowed. Yes, wow indeed. Ballet teacher becomes a private investigator, investigates a series of murders. Great movie idea. I mean, it's Murder, She Wrote, but she's a ballet teacher? Yes. Oh, John Newman likes Trouble from The Music Man. That's a good one. Yes, that's a good fun. Trouble, right here in Music City. Oh gosh, it's too much of a rap for me to even sing. It starts with a T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. Stands for pool. Here we got trouble. Right here. I love in the movie when they all say right here and they all point to the ground. It's such a goofy dance. It's not even dance. It's just like it's arm wave choreography. It's barely choreography. I worked at a movie store and Music Man was on the short list of movies that we were allowed to watch in the store. And so I saw The Music Man many a time. It was that, Armageddon, Cats, the film stage version of Cats, which I hated, but my manager was like, I love this. He was a very gay man. Daniel, can't believe I remember his name. Daniel. He had the tackiest Christmas tree. Oh my gosh, I haven't thought about him in a long time. He described for me his Christmas tree, which, you know, like, at the time I was like, that sounds hideous, but now I'm like, I'm into it. It was a fake Christmas tree, of course, blue, powder blue fake Christmas tree with fake snow on it and tinsel, but the tinsel was arranged like tentacles instead of going around the Christmas tree. It just went vertically down the Christmas tree like pinstripe pants or like a fumigation tent. And the tinsel didn't stop at the bottom of the Christmas tree. It spread out like tentacles across the entire room. So and he had fake birds all in the tree. And at the time I was like, that's hideous. But now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I love it. That is great. Where's Daniel today? 20 years later. I wonder what he's up to. Your lighting looks a bit warmer today. Fits the library better. Thank you. Yes, it is. Like the white balance is a little better. Thank you for noticing. Before I started, I sang Breaking Down from Falsetto as a competition. 1/8 of my stake. Congratulations, Parker. That's great. My range is a lot lower, though. So I'm working on a canto from Ariana. Does it not work? Like, I don't know the song. Does it not work at like a lower pitch? Parker says, that's because it's in Seattle. Oh, your lighting looks warmer. Yeah, it is in part because it is a little bit sunnier today. But here's the funny thing. Sunlight, this is getting very technical into like how lighting works. Sunlight is actually quite blue. And I actually have some blue lights on me right now because it works better with the green screen. But I think the white balance is turned up a bit to make my skin look a little less ashen and zombied. So anyway, yeah, it's weird. You wouldn't think this, but like often, not always, the more intense light is, the bluer it is. That's not always the case, but like candlelight, very orange, sunlight, very blue. It's just how it is. I love Morris as Charles D, mostly because of Rupert Graves. The Word of Your Body from Spring Awakening, My Gay Heart. I don't know Spring Awakening as well as I should. Somebody was trying to flirt with me once, and they had some joke, I can't remember exactly what it was, about like, we were talking about musical theater, and they flirted by like accidentally calling it Mattress Awakening, or like jokingly calling it Mattress Awakening. I was like, that's cute. I like the idea behind Before the Fall, but I wish the characters had Jane Austen's sense of humor. I don't know Before the Fall. What is that? Sloppy Turtle likes Jeffrey, Adam, and Steve. Mini movies that came out in 2006 when Logo first started. Speaking of Logo and Adam and Steve, I had Q Alan Braca on Sewers of Paris a few weeks ago. Go check out Q Alan Braca. I think it was episode 130, maybe 120 something. You like Rebecca Page likes from the song from the end of Grease. Great clip on YouTube of Patti LuPone singing "Trouble for Music." What? Patti LuPone singing "Trouble for Music," man? I'm writing that down. Patti LuPone. Speaking of Steven Universe, "Trouble Music," man. I'm so excited about that. What? That sounds great. Funny song must be Dentist from Little Shop of Horrors. That is a good one. That is a really good one. Fun fact, did you know the little girl in Little Shop of Horrors who's wearing like all the apparatus on her face in that song is Heather Henson, Jim Henson's daughter. Don't feed the plants is Brutiest. You know, I could sing, but I played Woodstock. Oh, in high school, says Shannon. It was a mime role. That's really cute. Theater teacher was like, we need someone who could do faces. That's fair. Dentist is on the playlist. The Cute Boy Made For Me. Oh, Parker, that's so cute. I love Cute Boys. Parker says Videodrome. Aw. After I was like, I would like to go back to living backstage behind the camera, please, says Shannon. Yeah. It's nice to like have that like lurking in the wings sort of life. I'm skipping ahead in the chat to catch up. Sunny here in Metro Atlanta today, says Katie1S. Good to know. Quincy's from Bremerton. He's problematic. Rashida rocks. Okay, it's a lot. That's a lot. Intensity shouldn't correlate with color. It doesn't. It's not a hard and fast rule. You can have a dim light that's blue, and you can have a bright light that's warm. That's orange. But here's the thing. Talking about light, temperature, and color is awkward because the terms don't always make sense. When you talk about hot lights, like high temperature lights, like lights, for some reason, the color of light is measured in Kelvin temperature. And so when you get like a really hot light, like 32 or 5200, that is blue. So we always think of blue being cold and orange being hot. I don't know why I'm giving you guys a lecture on color theory, lighting color theory. But when you talk about like bright light, when you're talking about hot lights, like 5200, that's blue. We're talking about cool lights, like, you know, like 3000 Kelvin, that's orange. And it's the opposite of what you might expect. Confusing. Anyway, I've never had a Christmas tree. Did some people really use real trees to send white supremacists to the moon? Yeah, we always had a real live, well, cut down. We had a tree that was grown for Christmas growing up. But now looking back, I'm like, what a hassle and fire hazard. And also kind of a bummer that it dies. I'm writing an article on gay rom-com, says PM, finding the bad ones have a lot of sex shaming and biphobia. Blah. Antagonists are often sleeping around with women and men while the hero is monogamous. Parker says, I have a bootleg of the Deaf West production of Spring Awakening. I'll send it to you. It's so good. I would definitely be interested to hear that. Yeah, send White Supremacists to the moon. We had a really nice fake tree, says Katie. When S stored in the basement, landlord had it thrown out. Aw, which is why I sued. Okay, that is an intense response to having your Christmas tree thrown out. Maestro Friedrich says, me too for Patty. Patty LuPone saying ladies who lunge in front of Stritch. Oh, God, yeah. I'm putting that on the Patty LuPone ladies who lunch. What a lot of nerve. I mean, like, if anyone's going to do it, I guess Patty. But, like, to be like, I mean, hi, Elaine. I'm going to sing Ladies Who Lunch. It's my song now. I mean, it's like Kristen Chenoweth saying favorite things for Julie Andrews, which, okay, I guess, like, if someone's going to do it, it should be you. Oh, yes, and Charles says you should watch, speaking of Kristen Chenoweth, watch Kristen Chenoweth singing Glitter and Be Gay from Candide. It is so much fun. I can't remember who it was. Somebody was talking about how important it is to hit the ha's in that. And I think she does that. Like, a lot of, like, the tendency is to go, like, ha, but you have to hit the, like, ha, 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 which is, like, really, like you can feel the flaps of your neck slapping each other. Not a song to sing when you've got a sore throat. They changed out all the HPS lights for LED, so it went from orange light to white light. You know, I have mixed feelings on that. On one hand, I really love the cozy orange. On the other hand, orange looks kind of gross for like overhead, like the sodium lights, sodium vapor lights. Why do I know what, like, how night lights, or not night lights, street lights, that they're sodium vapor, whatever, doesn't matter. And I can't remember, one of them is better for birds, and I don't remember if the orange is better or the white is better or the blue is better or whatever. But one is better for birds, so that's kind of nice. Dr. History says Spring Awakening was a German play that was adapted into a rock musical in 2002. The original play was so controversial it was censored after the first performance. Wow. Wow. Maestro Friedrich says, Spring Awakening was a German play that was adapted into a rock musical in 2002. The original play was so controversial it was censored after the first performance. Wow. 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 Opperzine says, this movie has something for everyone. A deranged ballet teacher falls for a gangster's mall. It's so good. It's so good. Here's the thing. I don't know if you guys are getting this lately, but I've been getting a lot of alerts about shows I don't want to watch. Like, Google has just decided that it needs to start telling me about new shows. It says, Saturday Night Live, new episode tonight. Yeah, it's Saturday. I know. Like, stop telling me about this, but I'm afraid to turn off notifications because Google also tells me about important things like you need to leave for an appointment, or your thing just shipped, or your thing was delayed. It's telling me there's a new America's Test Kitchen. That's very helpful. Anyway, la la la. It's 283.15 Kelvin right here, right now. Well, what is that in actual temperature? Hey Siri, what's 283 Kelvin in Fahrenheit? Oh, it's 50 degrees. Madeline Kahn singing Glitter and Be Gay. Oh, Madeline Kahn. That's who it was. That's who it was talking about the Haas. Madeline Kahn, Glitter and Be Gay. I love these recommendations. R.I.P. Madeline Kahn. Oh, so good. I mean, speaking of What's Up, Doc. Nothing beats Madeline singing, I'm tired. What is it? Tired of being uninspired? She's so good. She's so good. What's your name? Tex, ma'am. Tex, ma'am. Are you in show business? No, ma'am. Well, then get your feet off my stage. Okay. My Madeline Kahn doing German accent sounds like Dracula. That's what I've just discovered. Oh, what's she doing? She's doing an impression of. I've forgotten her name. What's her name? Oh no, the German chanteuse who disowned her family after World War II. What was her name? Marlene Dietrich. Ugh. Madeline Kahn doing Marlene Dietrich impression. Sounds like Dracula. Madeline in Clue, Madeline Blazing Saddles. I know. Every Madeline is great. And Paper Moon, oh my God. She is just pure magic. Although I will say, she was on an episode of Saturday Night Live in like 90. Ooh, it was late. It was later than it should have been, like 95 or so. Is that after she died? I may have the year wrong. Anyway, no, she died in 98, I think. Anyway, she was on an episode of Saturday Night Live and they did not know what to do with her. She's just in one skit after another being hilarious, but the material is like, meh. Anyway, gosh, hello. I love Madeline and Clue. Let's not forget Leslie Ann Warren's amazing performance as Miss Scarlet. She was so progressive for 85. 85 as 1935. Yeah, it was like, it was like 30s vibe, but in the 80s. Shan says, are you in Atlanta? I have a friend who lives in Atlanta. There's a lot of events at a place called Videodrome. Lift Over Crease says, all these men coming and going, coming and going and going. It's Dracula. I'm doing Dracula. And always too soon, right, girls? God, yeah, no, she's so good. She's so good. Well, we were just talking about Mae West the other day, and her line in oh gosh, what's the movie? It's got the lady going like this with Rex Reed. It's not Shannon Pill's fart. What's the name of the movie? Oh no, it's a terrible movie with Rex Reed starring Rex. Oh gosh, what's the name of it? And anyway, it's got Mae West in it, and she's like, "How tall are you?" And a cowboy says something like, 6 feet 8 inches, and she's like, "Well, never mind the 6 feet. Tell me about the 8 inches." It's a good line. How about Madeline Gone? Oh, Gene Wilder and Marty Feldman doing Kangaroo Hop. It's so weird. It's the only good thing about that movie, Kevin. The Kangaroo Hop. Hop, hop, come and do the kangaroo hop. Yes. How's the song go? Waltz around the parlor. But hopping around, no. If you like something you can waltz a little while, but hopping around the parlor is the very latest style. Come on and hop, hop. It's so good. And nothing else about that movie is good. Shen says, I'm in Boston. I'm side-eyeing the yo-yoing weather. Ooh. Oh, I hate this time of year in Boston because it's like spring is right around the corner. But first, here's some more slush. Miss Scarlet was originally going to be Carrie Fisher. Are you kidding me? Oh, James. Yeah. What would that world be? Imagine. Oh my God. I'm almost going to cry at that. That would have been so good. I mean, I love Miss Scarlet as is, but wow. Kitty Winnes says, get out of the frozen Northeast. Marlene Dietrich singing Hit Voodoo in a gorilla suit. What? And white Afrobeat blonde. Oh, yes, you're absolutely right. But I'm putting that on my list because in Gorilla in Blonde Venus. Because it's just so weird. I want to watch that. Myra Breckenridge, that's the name of it. Leslie Ann is great in Victor Victoria, nominated for an... Oh, she's so good. Oh, gosh. That's the one where she sings Chicago, right? She sings a Chicago song. Maybe someday we'll have an airport. Myra Breckenridge. Don't forget Con. Yes. Wilder and Feldman all in Young Frankenstein. One of the funniest movies. Yes. Leslie Ann Warren, so sassy. Was she Will's mother? Was she Will's mother in Will and Grace? That's amazing. My God. We have Terrence Moss joining us shortly. Let's go give him a ping and make sure he's available. Terrence Moss. Hello. Just checking to see if Terrence is ready. As always, you will hear him before you see him, and then I'll bring him into the conversation. So we're going to be talking to Terrence Moss, and he'll introduce himself, of course. But yes, sir, he says, okay, let's do it. I'm also going to bring down the classical music. Boop. So long, Mozart. And here he comes. Oh, Terrence Moss, writer, among other things, of 70s Kid, and here he comes. The Skype thing is thinking. Yes. Hello. Yay. So good to see you. Yes, we can hear you. We can see you. Yay. Oh, and you disappeared for a moment.
Oh, I'm an idiot right now because I'm trying to figure out why I can't see you.
Oh, you will not be able to see me, sadly, because the live stream wants to gobble up my webcam. But hello, it's Terrence Moss, everybody. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Who's the person who knew about Child of the 70s? That's incredible.
I am so delighted about that. Hello, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, I am Terrence Moss. I don't know what else to say beyond that. I used to write the Child of the 70s web series, and
critic and writer, and there's a lot of stuff you do.
Yes, and I also work in advertising.
That's right. Yes, indeed. And you're there in Los Angeles, a frequent participant in Musical Mondays. One of the, I would say, the best thing about Los Angeles.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. I perform and I host.
Yes, indeed. For folks who aren't familiar with Musical Mondays, do you want to explain what that experience is?
It's very hard to explain because if you've ever been to a Rocky Horror screening, mm-hmm. and during the musical numbers you have the people with costumes and props and they sing along with the numbers, and we kind of do that for just about a lot of shows, not all of them, but a lot of different shows, movie musicals, Tony Award performances, and the like, and I'm part of that group, and then at the end of the night, we stop all that, and then we have actual live performers that come and instead of lip syncing, and they sing, and I host that component as well.
It is such a magical experience, and I love the description. It basically is like a Rocky Horror live experience, but with musical theater.
Yes.
Oh, and in the chat, Send Wipes with Premises of the Moon says Denver does a Musical Mondays too. We have a Musical Monday in Seattle, but nobody does it like, and there's also in New York, or at least there was. Nobody does it like LA.
Apparently we take it to a higher level.
it really is an incredible experience, and I'm so happy that it's just like it's endured for many years.
This year is 10th anniversary.
What?
This year.
10 years?
Yeah.
That's bananas. I can't believe that. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Congratulations.
I haven't been a part of it the whole time, but yeah, we'll be. I don't know what the celebration will be because we had a nice 9th anniversary.
Wow. Oh my gosh. 10 years. Wow. That's all I can say about it. Wow.
Yes. And the Child of the 70s, if I can do a quick plug.
Yes.
The final season is actually finally premiering next Friday, February 1st.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I just put a cookie in my mouth. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay. Not Animal Tested said we had this conversation last time Terrence was on, which was just about when these little live chats were starting. You were one of my very first guests.
Yes, which was quite an honor. I enjoy these.
Good. Yay. Yeah, it's always lovely to see you. And Not Animal Tested says we have Musical Mondays in Pittsburgh. They weren't as big.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Left at Albuquerque says, do you know Dan Savage? I occasionally see him around town. He actually goes to my gym, which is an experience. So I get to see Dan Savage working out with whatever companion he has with him that day. Kitty Tobian says, that's my birthday. I'll be 20. Wait, what's your birthday? You'll be 23. Happy birthday. When's your birthday? Maestro says, this is super fun. Love you all. Freddie got stuff to do. Peace. Goodbye, Maestro. Thanks for joining. Hooray. So, Terrence, what are you watching? What are you obsessed with? What are your current fixations?
Okay, right now, because I'm such an old head, and this is a milestone year. I've been kind of obsessed lately with variety shows of the 60s and 70s.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that would have been like the heyday of like
Carol Burnett, Sonny and Cher, Rowan and Martin.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah, so that era. I mean, there's more like, there's Danny Kaye and there's Red Skelton. I haven't gotten that far back.
Did Lucille Ball have a variety show? I may be wrong about that one.
No. She had a number of specials with a lot of production numbers. All of her sitcoms had a lot of production numbers, but she never had a variety show.
That's right. Left of Albuquerque says, 60s and 70s, I was there. Upperzine says, variety show of the 60s and 70s, please marry me, Terrence.
Call me, Upperzine. Just call me. Email me, text me, whatever. Terrence is very single.
Have you seen Mary's Incredible Dream?
No.
So this needs to be on, not just on your radar, but I think this might be something for Musical Mondays. It is Mary Tyler Moore's attempt at a musical variety comedy show. So she had a couple. There's the Mary Tyler Moore Hour, which has a super cute logo with a little cat in it. But Mary's Incredible Dream was a one-off special. It aired the year Mary Tyler Moore show was going to end, so it was sort of like just testing the waters about like what's Mary going to do next. And so the premise is Mary Tyler Moore is having a dream, and her dream is that her and it's her, Manhattan Transfer, and shoot, who's the famous tap dancer?
Sammy Davis Jr.
Not Sammy Davis Jr., but someone similar.
Oh God, Gregory Hines would be that far back.
No,
Bojangles, Nicholas Brothers.
Mary's Incredible Dream. I might be wrong when he's a Mary's Incredible Dream, 1970 something. Ben Vereen. Not so much a tap dancer. Yes.
I'm ashamed of myself. I can't believe I didn't think Ben Vereen.
So Mary Tyler Moore is having a dream where she plays the devil. Ben Vereen is there, also playing the devil. Manhattan Transfer is there, just to sort of like bystanders, like a Greek chorus. Scored by I can't remember who scored it, but like Hollywood Bowl Orchestra is doing all these. They're just doing like whatever Broadway numbers were big that year. So there's like some Camelot in there and some other stuff, and it's like a biblical allegory through whatever Broadway tunes were popular in 1976.
Yeah.
It's super bizarre. Anyway, needs to be on your radar. It's incredible.
Oh, poor Mary in the late 70s.
Left of Albuquerque says, whatever happened to Ruth Buzzy? I've seen her. I photographed an event that she was at.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Somewhere there's a picture of me and Ruth Buzzy.
She is, she's on Laugh-In, which I've been watching, and she was a hoot. An absolute hoot on the show. She's
just incredible and just like so energetic and fun and silly. Yeah, what a treasure.
Yeah, that whole show was silly. Like everyone just gets thrown water randomly.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Oh, it's such a random. And I was reading the producer of the show, who's still alive and is somewhere in his 80s, and he did an extended interview about the derivation of Laugh-In and how it came about and some behind the scenes stuff. And it's basically a lot of times they just have marathon taping sessions of whatever people thought was funny, and then they edit it together, and there was the show.
Okay, so it's just like a big improv game.
Yeah, there was a lot. I mean, they had writers, and they do little sketches and stuff like that, and then the host would have their little back and forth. But there would just be some just random stuff. Someone would come out, recite a poem, and then there was the political stuff and the satire. It was a top show in the late 60s.
Wow. Well, that is very interesting, but stupid, as they say. I'll tell you, that was like a quote in my house growing up, and I had zero context for it. Like my dad would say so, like, "Well, that's very interesting, but
And
stupid."
they,
And like, I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Like, also, like, "Here Come the Judge" was like a reference in my house. This is why none of my references are contemporaries, because it was all from like stuff from before I was born.
right. But actually, Sammy Davis Jr. was the first one that they had do that.
Oh, well, of course, of course.
Yeah, and like the first or second episode, they were, I guess they were friends, and because Sammy was on pretty often, and the producer was like, "Can you just come and do and just here come the judge, here come the judge," and everybody was going around TV City where they were Burbank and the old Burbank studios, and everyone's going around, "Here come the judge, here come the judge," and apparently, and obviously there's no way to verify this right now, but someone was in court the next day. And the judge comes in and someone says, "Here come the judge," and everybody just starts laughing. Now I don't know if that's really true or not, but because the show was really popular pretty far off the bat, so
it's such ridiculous. Like, I feel like there's been a lot of interest in like weird comedy lately, and maybe this is just the Twitter circles that I run in, but it seems like the millennials, the kids, are really into just like weird comedy right now, and it does feel like there's a lot about laughing that kids today would be into?
I think so too. I 100% think so.
Sloppy Turtle says Ruth Buzzy was in the movie Surf 2 and roller skated at the Playboy Mansion. That is a story. That is a great story to have. Somebody just made me aware of this movie Honky Tonk Freeway. Are you familiar with this?
No.
Okay. It was apparently like a colossal flop. I want to say like 1979-ish. And the premise is actually kind of good. It's got Jessica Tandy in it, weirdly. The premise is this small town in Florida has a freeway getting built through it and no off-ramp, and it's like a tourist town. And so the town all gets together to dynamite the freeway in the dead of night and build a new freeway with an off-ramp that leads into the town so that they can make themselves like a more successful tourist trap. And they build a zoo and paint the entire town pink. And the cast is something bonkers. It's got like one of the criminals from, I forget his name, from Home Alone, Daniel something.
Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern is in it.
The voice of Kevin Arnold on The Wonder Years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Huh. Okay, so the cast is Terry Garr, Peter Billingsley, Beau Bridges, Beverly D'Angelo, Daniel Stern, and then a bunch of other people that I'm like, I don't know who you are. But it's so crazy. And apparently there's like some gay characters that are exactly what you'd expect from gay characters of a lowbrow comedy of 1981. So anyway, I don't remember what got me. Oh, Surf 2 is what got me thinking about that. Somebody asked, Rebecca Page says, remember the Dolly Parton show? I don't know about that one.
Oh, yeah. There was like she did a variety show in, I want to say like 1987, thereabouts, mid-80s. And there's a digital channel called Get TV that occasionally will run some of the episodes. And it was just a variety show. And the problem was, at least from what I read about it, was it just didn't fit Dolly. Like they were trying to put it into a format instead of adapting the format to Dolly.
Gotcha.
And so it didn't really last long. Plus, variety shows in the 80s were kind of like, by that time, the sound had died, which is unfortunate. I fully, 100% to this very day, but still believe in the format and believe that it could, to this day, updated and revised, but could still work. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's entertainment.
You know, I feel like we're sort of like poking around the edges of it with stuff like America's Got Talent or whatever country's got talent. And then also The Masked Singer is kind of that, but like it just feels like we have to give it like a twist and an edge, and it can't just be like Donnie and Marie doing like a goofy medley. Yeah,
there's so many great people that can just come out and sing a song and really like attract an audience who just want to see people sing. I'd watch it.
I may be wrong about this. There's some like car insurance song. I think it's like, it's not Countrywide Is On Your Side. Oh, it's Like a Good Neighbor, State Farm Is There. That song. That song. And chat, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm thinking of like, if I flipped them, I'm thinking about the wrong one, was written by Barry Manilow and debuted on a variety show in like the late 70s, early 80s. It's like a full song.
Really?
Yeah, and Weezer did a cover of it a couple of years ago.
Oh, Weezer.
Yeah, it's just like everything about, I wonder if it's on the new album that they just released.
Barry Manilow commercial.
I've looked for it on YouTube like
Was
months
it
ago. I couldn't
Pepsi?
find it. So
Oh, like a good. No, he wrote. He did write. He wrote like a good neighbor for State Farm.
yeah, but and it's a
Wrote
whole
it.
song.
Oh wow, that's so funny. I
Isn't it
didn't know
weird?
that.
Yeah, I found that because I was doing a show about like how gay Barry Manilow is. And everyone's always known it, but nobody's ever talked about it. And that came up that like, oh, he did that. Like, who would have guessed that Bette Midler's piano accompanist in Bathhouses was a gay man? What a shock!
You never know who's doing what. You just never know.
Never know. John Newman recommends Shields and Yarnell. Gosh, yes. Left of Albuquerque says May 1980 ABC Donna Summer special.
Oh, is that the one Robert Guillaume was in? They
Ooh.
sang. Yeah, I think that's. I have a clip of it on my YouTube playlist for work.
Ooh, that's great.
I think that's the one.
Let's see. Oprazine says Joanne Worley was pure camp. Yes, indeed. Let's see.
Oh, she was another who. So.
Yeah. You know, honestly, I want to see some project. I want to see a talk show that's Joanne Worley and Ruth Buzzy. That's my power couple.
Up until this week, I also would wanted to see Kay Ballard in that too.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Oh, Kay Ballard, she just died at the age of 93. She was like really kind of like one of those like over the top body character comedic actresses in like the 60s and 70s. She was on hundreds of talk shows. She did a TV series with Eve Arden in the late 60s that was produced by.
That sounds amazing. Oh, she was in the original Freaky Friday. I'm just looking her up here. Oh, she was on the Patty Duke show. Okay, she was on Laugh-In, All My Children, Love American Style, Doris Day. Boy, oh boy, this really like just by looking at her credits, I can tell exactly what genre of actress she was. Police Story, Alice, The Love Boat, The Love Boat, The Love Boat, Fantasy Island.
Oh shoot! Oh yeah.
Munsters. Oh my god. Oh, she was on the Munsters reboot.
The Munsters reboot.
Yeah, 1989. The Munsters Today. Sounds like a news show.
Oh yeah, it was Robert Guillaume and Donna Summer in her 1980 special singing "Bridge Over Troubled Water."
That's that sounds lovely. That sounds lovely.
I miss specials like that.
Send What's Premise to the Moon says, wasn't Donna Summer super homophobic? Oh no, I hope not.
She better not have been.
Ooh, she was also Gloria Gaynor, I think, was as well. Or maybe I'm making that up. I think I remember hearing that she was like annoyed that "I Will Survive" became like a gay anthem. Oh, I didn't know this. Hal L says Joanne Worley had an operatic voice and toured with lots of musicals, including The Drowsy Chaperone. Oh my God, that sounds great.
She kind of exhibits that in Laugh-In, like when she'll say something that she'll end the line with like an operatic note. I didn't realize she could really sing really well.
That's incredible. Oh, and Hal L, don't worry everyone, Hal L has debunked. Left of Albuquerque is debunked. Donna Summer was not super homophobic. Left of Albuquerque has the original Mandate magazine that broke the rumor. Ooh, Mandate magazine. Someone said in the 70s Donna Summer was much more supportive of gays than she might have been later. Slappy Turtle says, Mandate, lol, the memories. Oprazine says there's a TV special where Liza Minnelli did an acted-out version of Donna Summer's Bad Girls, like with a car driving by sex workers. What? That sounds great.
Oh, kitsch is just a dying form. Oh, I just love it.
That's so great.
I guess I was wrong about the Dolly show. It looks like Rebecca says it was in the 70s.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
mother's-in-law.
I can see it like just not quite landing, especially like, I don't know, maybe at that time, like depending on when in the 70s, if that was before the rural purge.
Actually, the rural purge, that was early 70s.
Okay. So yeah, she might have come along.
I think like in front of everybody. I hate to do that, but I just sorry.
No, this is why we have you here, is to be like, you got this at the tip of your fingers. When like, what was it, like Green Acres and Hee Haw and all that stuff was like...
Green Acres, Hee Haw, Jackie Gleason, Red Skelton, Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat, Ed Sullivan, all of it, 70, 71. Boom, 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 gone.
Yeah. So I'm glad that Dolly has endured through all that. Have you ever been to Dolly World? Or, wait, Dollywood? Dollywood.
I've never been to Dollywood.
It is so magical.
If they invite me personally, then I'll go.
I think, like, I want to see... Gosh, I just want to see like roaming Dollywood and like doing commentary on all the attractions and the kitchen culture there, because it is like, you want to talk about kitchen and campy culture. Wow, it's amazing.
It would have to be. It would have to be.
A lot of enthusiasm for Dolly. It was called Dolly! It was 76. Let's see. Kay Ballard had her own TV show, Videodrome says, with Eve Arden about their son and daughter getting married. Their husbands got along, but the wives couldn't stop fighting. Wait, what? Oh, The Mothers-in-Law. Wait,
Yeah.
that's not a talk show, though. The Mothers-in-Law wasn't a talk show.
No, it was a sitcom.
Oh.
In the same vein of I Love Lucy, because it was the same writers and producers.
Okay.
So they very much like get them into these little scrapes, but it was pretty funny.
Okay, gotcha.
Opera scene, by the way, I'm just bald.
I wish I could wear a headscarf like Terrence's opera scene, but to me it looks like I'm doing Sunset Boulevard.
Actually, I do with one look at Musical Mondays.
That is like one of your signature numbers, like with all the like just caftans upon caftans upon caftans.
Yes, yeah.
You're like a caftan magnet.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dolly was the 80s. She was still just a guest in the 70s, says left of Albuquerque. Sloppy Turtle says, I picked up Mandate for the recipes.
Mandate.
Let's see. There was someone in here. Mothers-in-law. Yep. Oh, PM says, the Bad Gay Movies podcast just drew my attention to Saturday Night at the Baths. 1975 film features a filmed performance of drag singers at the Continental Baths. I think you're familiar with that one as well, right?
No, not at all. Wait, are these specials or movies?
These are movies. I believe that's the one that has I Had a Dream, as sung by, I forgot her name.
Moreno?
Rita Moreno, yeah.
We play that all the time and no one does it on Mondays.
It's got that very weird, like the heavy accent. I have a dream.
Yeah, I'm not certain, I don't want to offend nobody, because I'm in an offended community pretty often. I'm like, I don't want to offend nobody else.
Right. Yeah, you need someone who can really who can tackle it with a minimum of problems.
And I'm not that person.
Let's see. Send White Supremacist to the Moon says, the Mormon lawyer I work for went to Dollywood last summer. Okay. How'd he like it? It is, I will say, it is lovely. It's very family friendly. It is. What's that?
It's the PM just came out. It was the Ritz.
Oh, you're right. It's the Ritz. You're right. Yes. The film with Rita Moreno is the Ritz. Saturday Night at the Baths. Rarer features actual performers of the time. Oh, okay. So this is something totally different. John Newman recommends of course, the 78 Star Wars Holiday Special with B. Arthur, Art Carney, Harvey Korman, Diane Carroll. Oh, that Diane Carroll number. That goes on for 7 years. It is so long.
Oh, Diane Carroll. I love her.
She's great. She, nails it. But, poor Diane, they're oh, no, just hold that note for another, we're going to go to lunch and just keep holding that note through it.
She had a few variety specials in the 70s as well.
Great. Yes. I mean, that's the thing. I want that to come back. I want the Kristen Chenoweth variety show special.
And there's the talent. The talent isn't as great as it used to be because people aren't formatted as much anymore to be able to do that. Mm-hmm. But Chenoweth would be good. Neil Patrick Harris, and I know he did one. That I don't think that was tailored as well to his talents as it should have been, and it certainly wasn't scheduled well by NBC.
Here's my thing with Neil Patrick Harris. I don't think I'll ever be as satisfied with his performances as he is. His attitude is...
Oh, that's such a low read.
I don't want to sound like I'm knocking him for being confident, but I prefer performers. Here's what it is I need a Muppet vibe where everything's going wrong. I like when the rainbow falls over and Crazy Harry shows up and blows things up. And that does not seem to be the Neil Patrick Harris universe. So anyway, that's my take on him. I want to see the Ariana Grande music video, not music video, variety show. Someone really unexpected, who also, by the way, I think I mispronounced her name. Doesn't she pronounce it? It's something like Grenade or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, she said it at one point.
I don't pay her much attention. I'm too old. I'm too much of an old head to deal with her.
I mean, that's the thing is I see her perform and I'm like, oh, but isn't it past your bedtime? Are you 7? Yeah, I know. Sloppy Turtle says, wow, bathhouses, the concept. Are there any left? Yeah, there still are. It's not exactly what it was. I don't think they have you can't go to a bathhouse and see Bette Midler. You go to a bathhouse for...
They're much different now than I guess that they were. Yeah, Alan Carr's not producing parties at bathhouses anymore.
Right, right. They're about pleasures of the flesh these days, not quite variety shows. They're not like the community thing that they once were.
Did you know Dick Van Dyke had one in the 70s as well?
Variety show, not bathhouse.
Although he was still looking good in the 50s.
He was lanky. I almost did a spit take, by the way, when you said that. Yeah, Dick Van Dyke variety show. What was it? What did he do?
It was and I have it, of course, because I am that person.
Van Dyke and Company.
Van Dyke and Company.
Is that is he doing comedy tragedy on the cover of his own DVD?
But he had obviously Mary Tyler Moore was a guest, but it actually was kind of the beginning for Andy Kaufman.
Oh,
and it was really funny. He came in as his foreign man character that he kind of evolved into Latka on Taxi a few years later. But the gag was that he just came on and was trying to get on the show, and somehow kept getting on despite Dick Van Dyke trying to do the show without this interruption. And it was really funny. It was very inventive too, because Dick Van Dyke was very much into a lot of improv and pantomime and stuff like that, and very physical comedy. So he did a lot of very innovative things on that show. It was really good.
Wow, yeah, that's honestly a good gag of like the guy who just keeps sneaking in. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. A diagnosis hilarity.
Well played, Matt Baume. Well played.
What you're describing reminds me a bit of before he was on Seinfeld, the kind of like physical comedy that Michael Richards did, and also Jacques Tati, if we want to be like super pretentious and French about like mime. But yeah, like that, like I'm very tall and I keep bumping into things just awkwardly enough that it's funny.
Right.
Let's see. Send White Supremacy One says, if we gave Kristen Chenoweth a show, she would be a variety show. She would become too powerful. Opposite says, this is true. I want all performers to be Wayne and Wanda. That is true. Wayne and Wanda from the Muppet Show.
I love the Statler and Waldorf. I love those two because that's basically me. They're basically
the heckler.
Yeah. Yes.
Funny girl.
Although I try to heckle out loud, I like to heckle like to the person next to me. I don't want to mess up anyone's performance.
Right. You just want to like subtly undermine them to the people around you.
Exactly. Yeah. Look at her hair, girl. That isn't a mess.
Let's see. Torden says your library's gotten more grand. Thank you. Yes. Welcome to the palace. Not Desert says they weren't about pleasures of the flesh back then. Well, they were that too, but also playing the piano for some reason.
Left of Albuquerque, thank you for bringing up Flip Wilson. Thank you.
Yes. Oh my goodness, Flip Wilson and Geraldine.
The problem with these variety shows is a lot of them are hard to find. Flip Wilson, the show has not been released on DVD, like in its entirety. It's what I did find was on Amazon, but streaming, so I had to buy it, which is fine. But it was the half-hour versions that were syndicated, not the full hour-long shows. But still, Geraldine, very, very funny, and had a lot of great guests on there. And I love that they did it in the round as opposed to, was that proscenio? Is that the term?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, the audience is all around him. And, like, it really feels, like, nice and friendly and intimate that way.
Yeah, because you can see the audience, you can see their reactions. Although you got to be careful not to have someone who makes faces like I do.
Yeah, you could see, like, there's Terrence, like, whispering to somebody.
Yeah. I went to a taping with a friend of mine of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? With Jeff Foxworthy. And apparently, the section we were seated in was that section where you could be seen at any time on camera. And so you have to be very, very still. Like, you can't really react. You can't mouth anything. You can't talk to anybody. And, like, the producers were, like jerks about it. Like, every time they would, they just kind of glare at you anytime you sneezed on camera. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I know that, like, that stress, like from the other, from the producer perspective of being like, stop distracting everyone from the shot. There's I can't remember what it was. There was some soap opera that's set in a restaurant, and one of the extras in the background is so animated, like he's doing like the. They're just talking to each other, like mouthing to each other in the background, and you cannot pay attention to the scene because this extra in the background is like doing all these like big faces and like gesturing like he's guiding an airplane in for a landing. It is huge. I can't remember what soap opera it was. It was sometime in the 90s, but the clip is floating around out there somewhere.
I was watching this episode of Alice.
Mm-hmm.
It was set in a movie theater, and there's this black girl behind the action with Vera and whoever, and there's this black girl sitting next to a white girl, and they're literally, this is an extra, and she's like paying attention to the goings on like she's an audience member, and she's literally sitting there with the popcorn, oh, and on camera, and just like. I don't know how she was directed, but I'm like, honey, you're not supposed to take over the attention from the stars of the show.
Oh, but I love it. I love when that happens.
Yes, because that's something I would totally do.
Somebody was just passing around on Twitter this photo of their mother in the 70s. Like she was 20-something, early 20s, hitchhiked to see Freddie Mercury in concert. No ticket, no money, no like way to get into the show. Somehow was able to talk her way in. And there's this like famous iconic photo of Freddie Mercury. And this person found this photo of their mom from the 70s, like standing up and waving in the background of this photo with Freddie like right there. It's such a gorgeous little moment, like knowing that she just like talked her way in somehow with no ticket, no money.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Did you see Bohemian?
Not yet.
Okay, so I watched it last week, and I might get excoriated for this. I don't entirely know what the drama is about the gay stuff.
Okay. So the drama that I saw, a couple of things. One, before the movie even came out, they were like, Freddie Mercury, who is suffering from an illness, and it's like, but can we say? Can we not, like, be silent about it? Can we just say what the illness is, please? Like, oh, I hope he gets better. And then also, like, when, I forget the name of the actor and also can't pronounce his name. Rami Malek. Yeah.
Whom I adore in this movie. I want him to win the Oscar. He was, regardless of what people say about the movie, he was fantastic.
So, he, in an interview, somebody asked him something like, would you consider him a gay icon? And he was really weaselly about it and like, he's an icon for everyone. And it's like, okay, again, like, can we not like pink wash him out of there? So that was the drama. And also like, apparently the film like kind of shies away from like all the queer elements of his life. I haven't seen it. I can't really criticize specifically. So
well, it doesn't, I don't know how much people wanted to see, but they delineate. I mean, they didn't shy. For me, they didn't shy away from much. I mean, he was kissing men, and he had, they did deal with certain things in that regard in the movie. But also, the movie was also about the band, so I don't know how much they could have really been doing about that aspect of his life,
his romantic
while still
encounters.
servicing the story about the band.
Right. Question from Left at Albuquerque. Bette Midler wearing a Viking helmet. Brunhilde type. Where did she do it? I remember seeing it as a child, and she appears on the Mud Will Be Flung Tonight album cover. I want to say that's from a film. I think I know what you mean. I want to say she's wearing that, like, Brunhilde, like, braids, Viking helmet horns in... I want to say it's like a tropical island, like palm trees behind her setting.
Oh, well, it's not the one that she's in the shell, is it? No.
James, does this sound familiar? He has no idea.
By the way, hi, James.
Terrence says hi, James. He says hello. Yes, Left at Albuquerque. That does sound super familiar. It's not. What's the Rose? Is that the name of the movie that she's in when she sings The Rose?
Yes.
Or Beaches. Is it Beaches? I think it's from a movie. So let's just say that Saul.
It would make more sense in The Rose than Beaches, I think.
Oprazine says it's the Otto Titzling song.
What?
Oh, that's the one where she sings. It's a song about the invention of the brassiere. That is from Beaches, I think. Let's see. Videodrome does not like that Bette Midler judged Britney Spears for the Madonna Christina Aguilera kiss. Bette Midler judged Britney Spears for the Madonna Christina Aguilera kiss. Wait, was there a Britney Madonna Christina kiss, like a three-way kiss? And oops, sorry, I lost my place because it scrolled. Oh, and PM says a surprising number of people are being introduced by Freddie Mercury by that movie, for better or for worse. So
I was surprised at how much of the Queen music I actually knew and liked. I didn't know, because sometimes I like it and I don't even know who sings it. I just like the song, and I was like, oh, that's Queen? I didn't know.
Left Valkyrie makes an interesting point. Freddie was not a gay icon in his day. That seems believable to me, because for one thing, you didn't talk about that kind of thing, and so you didn't have gay icons. All your gay icons were Barbara and Judy and Liza.
He was just very flam.
I would say, like, today he might be more important. Like, and I say this without having been alive when he was alive, but or at least aware of him when he was alive.
Yeah, because we would have been. That was 91, so I was 11 or 12.
Yeah, so he wasn't like, I wasn't looking for gay icons at that time.
Yeah,
but I think today he may represent something. I talked to Guy Branum about this like 2 years ago, about how Freddie's important to him, because he's basically like, you look at him now and he's this strutting, like oozing, sweaty, sexual icon, and so flamboyant and queer in his presentation. I think Guy called himself, he said something like, he's just like a strutting penis or something like that.
Strutting penis.
And he's like just in your face with it in front of like, and he's such a popular, his music's so popular with like mainstream.
John Newman is judging me.
There's I can recognize any song by Freddie Mercury.
Can I chalk that up to growing up in Black people church?
That's fair. There wasn't a lot of Freddie Mercury being played in church.
No, not to my knowledge. No, although I would love to try and gospelize a Queen song.
Left of Albuquerque says Bet's Viking Gal was not in any movie. Oh, this is a real puzzler. I don't know. I don't know. And Videodrome says she went after Miley Cyrus too, not for being racist, for being a bad influence to children. Huh. Okay. Well, just because she's Bette Midler doesn't mean she's right all the time.
Thank you, John. He gave me a pass.
Oh, okay. Good. Yes. There's, honestly, it's fair, because like music wasn't a big part of my life either. And so there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, oh. We listened.
Although Somebody to Love has a gospel feel to it too. That could be, can lend itself to gospel.
That is okay. That honestly, I would love to see like a church choir sing that.
I would also, there needs to be variety shows, because you can get a church choir to come and sing it.
Okay, I kind of love the idea of like singers out of their element. So like, let's get a church choir and have them sing Bohemian Rhapsody. Let's get Ariana Grande and have her like, honestly, like, I don't know what's out of her element. Have her sing a country song or something. Have her do it like, okay, Ariana Grande doing a duet with Dolly Parton. Like,
oh, that's interesting. Yeah,
I want to see a combination of talents that is like not what you expect, and no like lip syncing. Like there was what's her name from Misery?
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates did a lip sync to like, it's something bizarre. It's like a Gangster's Paradise or something like that, and it's kind of funny because it's like old lady rapping, but I'm like, okay, but it's just a lip sync. I want to hear her sing. I want to hear Kathy Bates sing.
I wonder what she would sing.
What do you want to hear Kathy Bates sing?
Well, the obvious one would be, and I'm telling you I'm not going, but that's a little too spot on.
I want it to be something like totally unexpected, like the theme song to Cheers or something like why? This is going back to like I was saying, like comedy today is all about like what? Like it's weird comedy. That's what I want. I want Kathy Bates. Or, do you remember Grand? Do you remember the show Grand?
Oh, Rosetta Tharpe. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Seymour. I just saw that. Sorry, Matt. I'm sorry.
Wait, who's...
I saw Rosetta Tharpe. I was like, what? Go Seymour. Sorry.
I don't know who that is.
She was like early gospel, but like rock. Like, there was this clip, I think she's like played a guitar. Like, she was like really incredible.
Okay.
Like, I'm fine. Yeah, where's this clip?
Do you remember where she's from? Let's see. Terrence Parker says, "Take a Little Piece of My Heart by Queen. We'll give you that gospel vibe." Take a Little Piece of My Heart by Queen.
I can see that.
Wait, hold on. I'm writing that down. Take. I'm thinking of the same song, right? The one that like most people know Janis Joplin for singing.
Yes. Yeah, Rosetta Tharpe. Yeah, she was rock gospel. Yeah. There's this great clip of her performing at like some train yard in front of in the '50s in front of a predominantly white audience, and really like had them at rapt attention.
That sounds amazing. Alex asks thoughts on the Ariana Grande and Princess Nokia beef. That sentence does not make sense to me. That is a sentence that like if you put it in front of me and I'm like, these are words. This is clearly English. It is punctuated, but I'm going to assume that Princess Nokia is a performer and she's arguing with Ariana Grande. And this is not a question about, I don't know, there's some like product out now that features Ariana Grande singing with someone named Princess Nokia Beef. Because like, what a drag name.
Nokia beef.
I mean, it's not a pun. It's not a joke. It's just a really weird name. Kathy Bates played Miss Hannigan in an Annie remake opposite Audra McDonald as Grace and Alan Cumming as Rooster. Okay. That's great. Oh, Parker says, I got the name wrong. It's called Let Me Live by Queen, but the chorus is Take a Little Piece of My Heart. Okay. Well, now that makes me want to hear Queen do Take a Little Piece of My Heart. It's called Let Me Live. Let Me Live. I will look that up as well. I want to say
that was in the movie.
We will. So we're always looking for recommendations of stuff to consume because James and I have started doing a new podcast called Cozy Pants, where we talk about like culture and entertainment and stuff that we love. That's only available to Patreon backers. So if you're a Patreon backer at the 4 and up level, you can hear that podcast. Which I believe, Terrence, you just became a backer, right?
I did.
Yay!
I did.
Thank you.
I finally did it. You're the first person I've ever Patreoned.
Oh, yay! Thank you.
But you did the work, Matt Baume, so it was always a pleasure to support.
Yay! Well, that means that you get access to Cozy Pants, where we will talk about some of these recommendations that we're getting from everybody on the chat.
And by the way, your sailor uniform in the last video was put me over the edge.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's
class.
It's I did a lot of like Amazon shopping for like the perfect sailor outfit. And then it arrived and it was like super like boxy and baggy. And so I actually like did some seam work and like took it in a little bit on the sides. So, it's tailored. I think
you tailor yourself very well.
Thank you. I think the first video I did, I hadn't like sewn it yet. And so my back is all like clothespins, like holding it behind my back. So it's got some shape. Let's see. Rosetta Tharpe, opera scene, says she attained popularity in the 1930s and 40s with her gospel recordings characterized by a unique mixture of spiritual lyrics and rhythmic accompaniment that was a precursor of rock and roll.
Yeah. She didn't get a lot of credit, but she was, there's a clip of her, she's singing in Manchester, England in 1964.
Oh, okay.
Train yard. It looks like in a train yard. It's definitely outside.
Okay.
But it was, she just like old black woman singing, or I don't want to say old black woman of a certain age playing this guitar. Like it's obviously something you don't see very often today, let alone back then.
So I've got her on my list of things to check out. Inamun's
clip of that song.
What's that?
I'll send you the clip of that song.
Oh, perfect. Sloppy Turtle says Cozy Pants sounds very Matt Baume. John Newman says the behind-the-scenes story of the Matt Baume show. I DVR.
Show. Oh, you want to host a variety show?
Yes. Okay. Honestly, like I would do. I just want to produce a variety. I want to get like everyone that I like together and just like mix it up and be like, okay, now go. Like I want to have you doing Just One Look from Sunset Boulevard while like I want to have you lip syncing while Glenn Close is actually singing next to you.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
that'd be amazing. If she's on that jam Oscar, I'm burning down some shit. You know, I love the one, and I thought she was amazing.
Here's the thing: is I've been having a lot of like conversations with people lately about canonicity and whether something is official canon or whether it's like fan generated. And like the older I get, the less patience I have for like, well, that's not official. That's just fans. Like if you like something and you made up the story, it's real. If you want Glenn Close to have an Oscar, give her an Oscar. You just as a person, Glenn Close, I give you an Oscar. You know, if the Academy wasn't smart enough to give it to you, I'm giving it to you. The Oscars are a capitalist construct.
Oh, they are. They are. And I realized this in recent years, and the Emmys are no better. But I realized that I took them way too seriously when Viola Davis lost for The Help, and I legit had a complete meltdown, like a complete meltdown. And I walked from this place where I was watching it in West Hollywood to my apartment. It's like 3.5 miles, and literally just cussing up a storm and having a complete conniption and a meltdown over the fact that Viola Davis didn't win a still the Oscar.
Honestly,
and then I realized,
fair.
Okay, it's like too much, Terrence.
No, I mean it's legitimate because like that is like not just like, oh, that's disappointing. It's like the systemic forces of oppression. Blah. Yeah, that's I would be cursing along with you if we were if we were walking together.
All because Meryl needed a third Oscar. Come on, really?
Yeah, well, that's Oprazine said. I'm waiting for the Oscars for the announcement, and the Oscar goes to Meryl Streep for the Glenn Close story.
That would be awesome. And I agree, Left of Albuquerque. I totally agree.
Very frustrating. Oh, John Newman wants to see a drag queen version of a chorus line. You know, I'm into that. When I first moved to San Francisco, I turned on the TV and Jan Wall was on. This was back in the days, 2000 or so. This was back in the days when you still had like local television personalities that people cared about. And Jan Wall was like the movie person on Cron 4. And so she would introduce all the movies. And they were showing a chorus line. And she said, after the commercial, welcome back to Cron 4's screening of A Chorus Line, a movie that's long overdue for a remake. What? Jan? A chorus line is, first of all, it's not even that old, so long overdue. Second, a chorus line remake, but a chorus line remake with drag queens? You have my interest.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Sloppy Turtle says, first Queen video I remember was I Want to Break Free with a cross-dressing Freddy on MTV. Ooh, that's right. That is a good video.
Oh.
A daring for the time.
Oh, by the way, PM, I agree with you on Boy Erased, and I wish Lucas Hedges had gotten more love.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Hal L says Glenn Close and Meryl Streep were together in The House of Spirits. I'm not familiar with that one. And Oprazine says the movie, of course, line was overdue for a remake before it was released. Which, zing! Fabulous. Terrence, we are coming up on the conclusion. We've been going for an hour and a half, and I'm gonna bring the live stream in for a little bit of a landing. Do you have any other recommendations for stuff that you want to check out? Oh, what? Yep.
Get busy living or get busy dying. Rebecca asked me to say that. I hope I said it right. Sorry, Matt. I'm sorry. Anything else I want to say?
Yeah. Anything else? Any projects of yours you want to plug, or stuff that you want people to go check out?
Check out Child of the 70s final season as of next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That's Musical Mondays. Whether you're in LA or not, we're online. Check us out on Twitter or Facebook, YouTube, and see what we're doing for whenever you are in town. If you make it there, come say hi to me. I'm usually walking around acting a fool.
Mm-hmm.
And
my recommendation is to hitchhike to Los Angeles so you can see Musical Mondays.
Yes. And I love when you just show up randomly, and I'm just like, and I can't talk to him because I got a host.
Right. I'm on.
If you show up on this Monday, I'll just be performing. I won't be hosting, so I can hang out with you.
Oprazine says, does Terrence have a URL or a blog or whatever?
I do. I have several outlets. Okay, I'll just. I don't know what to send you.
Well, what's I don't know. I know you've got the Child of the 70s stuff. You've got your blog where you write about stuff. We need to we got to get you a portfolio. We got to get you just a website with links to all of your things.
Yeah, because I've done so many different things, and I do certain things on certain sites and other things on other sites. And so TV Talking Heads, I'll do this one. TV Talking Heads at WordPress. I'm sending this one out. There we go. Because that one's the one that's still active and stuff.
Sloppy Turtle says, how does Terrence know all of these things? He looks like 25 years old.
Actually, the interesting thing is about that is because I grew up with Nick at Night. So I discovered all of these old shows when I was in high school.
Yep.
And I also had a passion and interest in television. So I started researching all this stuff. So I know a lot of stuff from years long before I was born.
Same. Yeah, me too. It was all Nick at Night. Like all of my parents' cultural references were from when they were younger than I am now. Uh, and so, uh, yeah, we're just obsessed with the culture of the people who are just a little bit older. We're basically our cultural vocabulary was formulated by the nostalgia of our childhood.
Yes, I also grew up like my early childhood was around my grandmother's line, so I was
Mm.
always around these older people, and I like to hang out with them because they got to curse, and I couldn't.
And Isaac Snow says, "I think I might be behind. Are they chatting about the Munsters? You are very behind. That was like a half hour ago. So I suppose in a half hour you will hear me tell you that you are behind."
And Aprazine, you're very charming. Thank you so much.
Yes. Oh, you tease, Aprazine. You flirt. Thank you to everybody for joining us. Thank you to Terrence for showering us with all this cultural knowledge. It is always
Oh,
such a
thank you for having
delight.
me, Matt Baume. It's always a pleasure, and you're as adorable as sin as always.
Oh, shucks. So are you. Everybody, if you're enjoying these live streams, I hope you'll join us for the next one. It is on February 9th, another Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific, with very special guest, Justin Saint, Vancouver-based cosplayer and performer and nerd and, gosh, what else do they do? Makeup artist extraordinaire.
Oh, well, hello, Victor. Text me.
Yeah. Yes. You're very welcome.
Look, I'm very easy to find, so don't be shy, y'all.
Yes, yes. Everyone, be a friend to Terrence. Yay! Yes, and please join us February 9th, Saturday, for our very next live stream with Justin Saint. If you're not already, you can become a Patreon backer of the live streams and the Cozy Pants podcast and the Culture Cruise and Sewers of Paris and all that stuff over at patreon.com/Matt Baume. If you can't be an athlete, become a Patreon supporter. Afrazine says, we love you,
I'm not an
Terrence.
athlete.
We love you all back. Thank you again to everyone for watching. And we will see you again very, very soon. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.
X's and O's, y'all.
Yay.